Welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage on this Friday, September 13th, 2024. And in today's weather forecast, we're going to be talking about the remnants of Francine that will continue to bring heavy rainfall and impacts to parts of the United States, and a summertime pattern continuing into the month here of September and the clash of the air masses. Severe weather is on the table, and we'll talk about that later on in the video. So make sure to subscribe to the channel down below if you haven't already. We're quickly approaching 100,000 subscribers. You want to help me get there, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. And also a big way to help as well is to press the like button, the thumbs up button down below. It helps to get this video out to more and more people. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll always get to those after the video. So let's look at the past 24-hour rainfall amounts, and it's been plentiful down here near the Gulf Coast, especially for southeastern Louisiana into the New Orleans region, central southern Mississippi from Jackson down toward Gulfport, Mississippi. Seeing some very heavy rainfall there. Even the Texarkana area seeing a couple inches of rainfall over the past 24 hours. And here are the remnants of Francine that will continue across the southeast this afternoon. And the eastern side of that low pressure system will provide some heavier showers and storms in scattered instances this afternoon. That will continue into the evening. A more concentrated area of heavier thunderstorms may be possible from far southern Illinois through western and middle Tennessee into parts of Alabama and Georgia. Those are the areas that could be seeing upwards of 3 to 4 inches of additional rainfall over the next 24 hours. So this takes you up through Saturday morning on the 14th. So areas just around the Jackson, Tennessee region, down through Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, the Florence area there in Alabama, and then down here toward portions of southwestern Georgia. Just be ready for some heavier rainfall as we go through Saturday. And this is prompting a moderate risk for flash flooding going through your Saturday morning commute for especially northern Alabama. That's where we could be talking about numerous flash flooding down here, so be watching out into the Florence region, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, those areas as we go into northern Alabama through your Saturday. Let's look at our temperatures expected this afternoon. A more summertime feel outside of the remnants of Francine. We have more 90s impacting Texas. The Lone Star State here up to 95 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, 97 in Wichita Falls, 91 matching in both Tulsa and Oklahoma City, and 89 up into Wichita, Kansas this afternoon. And looking at the weekend, that high pressure system, very strong up in eastern Canada, will continue. But notice the west coast and looking at the big trough coming in with those blues out there in Washington State and Oregon, Northern California. That's our next trough of significance that will move across the country into next week. But impacting the weather this weekend will be the high pressure up here in eastern Canada, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Canada will be the most above average with our temperatures, possibly up to 30 degrees above average up here. The upper Midwest, Great Lakes region, and interior New England also pretty warm for this time of year. The remnants of Francine bringing cloud cover, precipitation over the weekend could bring us our temperatures down a little bit below normal to around 13, 15 degrees below normal down here. And then that trough out west across portions of British Columbia, Canada, but also down into the United States, Washington State, Oregon, Northern California, and coastal California could actually be seeing those temperatures below normal as well. Let's look at those afternoon temperatures tomorrow. Saturday afternoon, more 80s to go around, 90s, triple digits even down here into Texas, 102 in Wichita Falls, 101 in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, 93 in Oklahoma City. Saturday afternoon, more 80s across the Ohio Valley. Cooler though across the Pacific Northwest. That'll continue into Sunday, and then the heat is on across the Great Plains, Dakotas, all the way south to Mexico, where we could be seeing temperatures into the 90s, if not the triple digits for Sunday afternoon, and more 80s further east again into the Ohio Valley. Precipitation through the weekend. There are the remnants of Francine bringing repeated rounds of showers and storms, flash flooding concerns for the southeast as we go into Saturday. That'll continue into Sunday as that moisture gets trapped here across the southeast. Some on and off moisture with that trough leading into the United States as we go into the weekend, especially for Sunday across the Pacific Northwest. No all-day washouts are expected, but bring an umbrella to keep handy in case we get some rain showers over there through the weekend. And you can see rainfall amounts out west with that that trough coming in is going to be few and far between, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch of rain in most across portions of Washington State, Oregon, California, or Nevada. The heaviest concentration of rain through the weekend will be across portions of western Tennessee into northern central Alabama, down into Georgia and North Florida there. That's where we could see a swath of anywhere from 2 to as much as 6 inches worth of rain as we go through the weekend. Looking at the tropics, what's left of Francine will move away. We have a couple areas of interest, one off the Carolina coast here, very low probability, another one in the northern Windward Islands heading toward Puerto Rico. Not very concerned about that. We do have Tropical Storm Gordon, though, in the main development region, well away from any source of land. And right now it looks like a fish storm as we go through the middle of next week. Of course, we'll keep an eye on it as it is a 40-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. But we'll keep an eye on it as we go into next week in case anything changes. But for right now, that does look like a fish storm in the Atlantic Ocean. Heading into next week, this is a classic pattern. And this is a pattern we've seen in the springtime in April and May, where we have a big ridge of high pressure off to the east. We have a big low pressure trough off to the west, and the clash of the air masses here. We have that trough coming more inland toward the Rockies early to middle portion of next week. And what that's going to do is warm those temperatures up and amplify the pattern just a little bit more. We have more of those warmer temperatures for the middle and third week really of September here. Temperatures 20-30 degrees above normal in the upper Midwest, but also Canada again. And then look at out west, folks. Yes, California all the way down to San Diego, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix. We're going to be below normal. Can you believe it? In the desert Southwest, below normal. And that will be up to 25 degrees below normal through next week. So looking at those temperatures, Monday afternoon, the heat is on. Still summertime temperatures, 80s, unseasonably warm in the Midwest. The Ohio Valley, 90s back down here into Texas. Wednesday, the heat expands with the 80s, 90s a little bit more. And then especially by Friday afternoon, the heat wave is on here for September from Chicago down to Oklahoma City, all the way down to Brownsville, Texas, and east. We're going to be seeing 80s with some 90s out there. Cold front, and we have a low pressure system up in the northern plains, could be bringing us some feisty thunderstorms later on in the week. So let's walk you through that. On Monday, here's that low developing off the northern Rockies. That will kind of spiral, continue to develop as we go into Tuesday. Some heavier showers into Idaho, western Montana, but hey, we're not complaining. They certainly need the rainfall over there, but the drought, continuous heavy rainfall up there as this system starts to occlude into Alberta and Saskatchewan, Canada. And then we have a new low pressure system developing in Nebraska and the Kansas state line on Wednesday. Possible severe weather in the middle of the country by then, and that could carry into Thursday, although the coverage right now of severe weather is uncertain, but it does look a little bit more isolated than widespread at this time. And then as we go into Friday, that system moves up into Ontario. Heavier rain into southern Canada, but not much moisture to be had across the middle of the country. So all told through next week, Monday, September 16th through Friday, September 20th, during that 5-day period next week, yeah, we'll take the 2 to 3 inches of rain over here in western Montana. We'll take the rainfall up here in western Canada, and of course, anywhere here in the northern U.S. as well. It's been pretty dry lately. The drought monitor does show this. The latest drought monitor that was released yesterday showing drought really expanding across multiple areas in the United States. We really need help over here in Ohio and West Virginia. The entire state of West Virginia, by the way, is at least in a severe drought, and exceptional and extreme drought starting to become more widespread in that state as well. West Texas needs help. We need help in Tennessee. We need help in Oklahoma, Wyoming, Montana here that we were talking about. So we need a lot of areas that get rain. Hopefully we can get some of that to alleviate some of the drought, and we'll track it for you right here on this channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. Like I said, we're approaching 100,000 subscribers very, very quickly, and you want to help out, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll give back by giving you the latest weather information right at your fingertips if you subscribe, all across southern Canada, the United States, and the tropics. Be sure to press the like button down below, give it a thumbs up, especially if you did like today's weather forecast. Leave any comments, questions, and concerns. Of course, we'll get to those after the video, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Friday out there.